Hello again, officers.
You don't have the skills to execute something like this in practice. But, oh boy, the idea's going to blow her fucking mind. She squints her eyes.
On fire.
I say, sod off. You don't have the technical skills to do that.
I like your idea. Should have thought of it myself. I don't need this kind of competition.
Such is the bloody law of the bloody streets.
Oops, my apologies. I guess I was trying. You're a police officer and a grown-up. Why are you trying to impress her? Maybe...
Ooh, police brutality. That's the good stuff. Have you got any kids? Because you sound like the world's saddest dad, right? But fine, take the brush. I'm all out of fuel oil anyway.
You know what you've got in that fuel canister you scavenged from your Kanema? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil. Time to get to...
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners. There'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place. Thank you for passing on the message. Now run along, Piggy. Give me a moment.
The paintbrush in your hand is like a loaded revolver. What will it be, Desperado? Quite a few things come to mind. You've spoken. The wall will now silently repeat the message for a decade or so, until the sea air degrades the...
Very poetic. Real poetry. Should we return to our murder investigation? I hear there's a really bad one. We are
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to angry...
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy...
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. No, you got this. There's the ball. You're the game. You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it. Probably a sponsored ball. Already your muscles are adjusting to the weight, the nervous system calibrating, until you and the ball have... A chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even an embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor.
Merde! Bordel de merde!
A whorehouse of shit? It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters, probably 24, and then...
What the hell is your problem? You vandalized our game, son! We can't play pétanque with 5 bull! Well, it damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer?
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. Will this... No, it will goddamn not.
Thank you, officer. This is really something. Honestly, I think it's better than our old...
Mon Dieu. All right, fine.
Yes, why did you come here? It's unlikely they know anything about the murder.
I prefer the old name, Insulindian Lily. Girls brought them to young cadets when they entered service. Wearing them on your cap was supposed to bring good luck. You know what? No. They brought me misery.
But it wasn't the revolutionaries that sold the ID for you, was it? She gave them to me too, and you're jealous.
Enough! I can go over these matters in detail with you, Gaston. But not while we have company.
Maybells don't blossom yet, do they?
Maybe on some remote parts of the city they do. But I think you'll have to wait for at least a month. Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. In Martinez, the union is the law, so can you really blame them? Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to...
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
If I knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff...
'Tis true, sire. He knows nothing.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. Yes. It was left by heavy artillery fire. Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home. Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough. Because this place is a damn beachhead. Had to soften the commies up first. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachol. Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where Coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Damn right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too. The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially,
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you...
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
I'm sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had... Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage, and this is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. It doesn't. That was 100 years ago. Ain't got nothing to do with anything. Damn Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay. In a very public... The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire. It's a Belle McGrave, 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revachol made. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed shut. Still a beauty. Where did you find her? I'm not surprised. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone... As for the rifle, I don't know what else to tell you. These BM-446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find. Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed.
oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he...
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just...
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood. A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform.
Right. Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and... money is tight. Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday. It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. No one. The bus has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other girl.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's It's not actually an issue.
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabinier's pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now? She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private...
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Yes, like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
I have really outdone myself. This is...
Yes, that's what you need, Gaston. More padding on that fat arse of yours. I hope your heart gives...
René, it's a little pleasures. Hello, officer. How might I be of assistance on this fine day? Let me think. I heard someone was hanged and left on a tree for a week. But that's all I know, really. No, officers, I'm sorry. And I really would like to assist.
Then help them, you wimp. You have plenty of shoulder with the ghost caviar in the Union. Someone must know something.
He means caviar socialists.
I wish I could, but I just don't know anything. I always keep my nose clean and...
Odd. He doesn't seem to be lying, but there's something off here.
I'm not even any...
Of course he's holding back. His mouth is so full of Union prick he can't even speak properly.
Can I at least finish my fucking sentence before you piss on it? Is that okay, René? I'm not anyone impotent in the Union. Everyone in Martinez knows the Clare brothers. I told these boys humans...
What do you know about history? You never witnessed history. Only heard about it years later, when it...
The old soldier mumbles something under his breath. There he stands, proud, rigid and alone, like a cracking
Let's try not to get caught in a crossfire.
Oh, in many ways, yes. Like an honorary member. I attend meetings and parties, help with little things. Evrard, Edgar, and the older, not in the technical sense. I don't have a vote or a membership card, but Evrard keeps me on...
So that's what it was before. Him hiding something. He tries to make it look like he's a big deal in the Union, and now the illusion is...
Of course he's not a member. He's not a member of anything. I knew that. He's a Weservein. Turns to where the wind blows. I hate this socialist rabble. But even siding with them is better than living your entire life on the fence. Never committing to anything. Pick a damn side already.
Writing work mostly. Occasionally, he needs something written, and I happen to have a way with words. Oh, nothing official, I assure you. Just essays for the newspapers. About Martinez and how things are and how they could.
Well, he tells his little pen man exactly what to say. It's commie propaganda, plain and simple. You should be ashamed of yourself.
On the Union track? I don't even consider myself a regular socialist. Politics is not really something I involve myself in, officer. Officer, I have a vivid imagination. And like I said, I have a way with words.
He just fluffs it up.
Of course. Don't sink into anything. Don't sink into any fight. Only sink into your couch.
Just easier that way. Besides, life isn't as black and white as René's of the world.
Oh, mon Dieu.
No, thank you. For being consummate professionals. You'll have this case wrapped up in no time. Oh, sweet Jenny. She was the finest woman in all of Revachol.
Do not defile her memory, Gaston. Let her rest in peace.
We knew her, all right. Lived on the same street our entire lives, just 2 houses apart. She was René's first girl back when the prick was 16. They were courting till he decided he'd rather die for some great ideal than just be happy.
And then you stole her from me.
Well, technically, you stole her from me, because we'd been pretty close ever since you two had...
We were just boys then. This was different. You, no point starting this all over again. For the 1000th and the first time. Especially when we have company. Officer.
She died of pneumonia 2 winters ago. It was a quiet passage. René and I were both by her bedside when she...
Died. No use sugarcoating it. Won't bring her back. Will it now?
departed. Until the very end she couldn't decide between us. The most indecisive woman...
A quick grimace of pain passes over René's features, but he immediately regains control. His face now a dispassionate...
She could never make up her mind about anything. What to have for breakfast, favorite color, or which one of us to marry. She was always leaving one of us for the other, but never long enough to actually get married. Heck, technically, we're both still engaged to her.
You always confused her. Couldn't let us be happy. Seduced her with your fancy words and pastries.
He suddenly remembers you are still there. Falls...
Of course, officer. Memories are all we have left. I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal.
The only one you have.
The sandwich looks like a culinary wonder. Well made and abundant in components. In addition to the obvious slice of ham, a fat one, you notice a brim of a tomato peeking from below.
Oh, that's good. That's very good. You must have other business then? It is such a pleasure to see you.
All right, this is how we're gonna do it.
Like what, officer? This is as good as they come in Revachol.
An array of delicious recipes flashes through your mind. Salads. This calls for an engineering angle. Structural rigidity. Exposed rafters. Lattice works. That type of approach.
That would certainly have been...
Beautiful. Now bring it home with paprika.
Ce serait délicieux! Can you make that sandwich, officer? I hope you are not just tricking an old man out of the little he has left. Okay. Sure. I'm not worried.
He looks worried.
Is there anything I can do for you right now? Maybe to speed the whole process up a bit?
Vigilance officer? What?
As René turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lit. 2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while a crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue... It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in suzerain's armed forces, a small blue star inside an orange sun. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans.
For bravery. I'm sure, but I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies. Honor is everything to me.
Whoa, sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
For doing my duty in the heat of battle, for looking my mortality in the eye, when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot them.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put... Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatoo feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away.
He really despises that Drisson.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Coron. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
It's painful to even think about. Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the son. Because he was a goddamn dandy. Had no business leading men or even being on the battlefield. All he was related. That's it. Royal blood alone doesn't make army commanders. He was a stupid kid, only interested in horses, hairstyles, and man-loving. And
Whoa, man-loving? It is not.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
There's nothing for you to understand here. It is not her death you are investigating. Absolutely not. She died of pneumonia in her bed at the age of 79. This is highly Revachol Fair of 91 in the Faubourg district. A parade was held to honor Guillaume Le Lion's name day, and the Carabineers marched in the place of honor. This was the happiest day of my life. I was 22 when I returned from King Guillaume's Akira operation in the south and found my sweetheart in the arms.
The Ikeda operation was a 7-year campaign. during which suzerain Guillaume's army forcefully united the people in the southeastern part.
I won her back. But while I was dealing with some...
You were like a dark cloud sucking the joy out of every living thing around you. And you hurt. Those days and memories are gone.
The old soldier says nothing, but when his glance quickly runs over Gaston's face.
Yes, I was standing right here. I saw it. Why are you telling me this? That's what it was all about? Gaston is a sniveling rat. I've known this my whole life. But an RCM officer bullying an old man? I do not approve of this abuse of power, nor your redistribution efforts. That's not the Revachol I fought for.
Merci beaucoup, Capitaine Arnaud.
Hopefully it will finally take your fat ass to the other side of a cardiac arrest, Gaston. This doesn't mean anything.
He's right, you know. We're supposed to protect people, not take advantage of them. Now wrap this up.
That ride is fuck. Hey, piss. That ride is. Hey, piss.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. What? The shine on these sunglasses lasts a... You keep coming back. That's good, officer.
No good. All you can come up with are some treated wool pants. You can tell they're too tight around your thighs, and
No luck? Why not take another look, officer? The shine on these sunglasses... Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
this is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, all right. But these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally.
Wow, officer. You look so cool. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. What? Change your mind, officer?
Pity. Those actually weren't half bad.
A man who knows his style. Much respect. You keep coming back. That's... You keep coming back. That's good.
No good. All you can.
No luck? You keep coming back. That's...
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Sir,
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only 450 for you, sir. Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
the speakers below are.
Super cool. Now the premium lifestyle.
The sneakers seem to vibrate in your hands with an almost.
The junk is yours, officer. Happy listening. Try not to hurt your ears with that Samaran garbage.
I see you haven't left our little Martinez yet. Still running around. Like some kind of cross-country law official. Aye. But don't let it grow too much. This is not the place to settle down. Oh? Who? Okay. When did this person stay here? Oh. I've been out on the sea for most of the past week. The weather... Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. I've been sleeping like a corpse after. The sea really takes its toll. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can help you find someone else. Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
An old mirror hangs on the...
Our tenant, the policeman. Nay, I haven't seen.
Because she's blind, which you seem to have forgotten.
This is my little cinder block town. I know what goes on around here.
She's being evasive. She knows something.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect. We would appreciate your help.
Would you now? I know how this world works, and it doesn't work when people tell on each other. Aye, that you are, Dark Omen. Help yourselves and your organization. Help the storm clouds gather on the horizon. There's not much to tell. People come and go.
I see, ma'am. I hope you don't mind if we look around anyway.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others too. As you look at the floorboards in this corner of the shack, the edge of a floorboard next to it looks scratched. Hollow space underneath the floorboards is dark and damp. You can barely make out the mixture of sand. Nothing particular catches your eye. Looks like more reeds. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. You stick your hand in and start combing through the sand. Dry, not like outside. A small cylindrical object. You pull it out. A 9mm bullet, to be exact, fit for all muzzle loaders of that caliber. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe the washerwoman is.
Our tenant, the policeman. Damn that girl.
And without anger, a long and harsh life has taught her.
But you didn't put it there, did you? She did.
Gone and hid things in there? She's usually a good tenant, and not a stupid one either. Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble or just looking for solitude. I've made it clear. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry. What has she gotten herself into?
That's for the police to find out. Right then, please answer each question to the best of your ability. I'm sure we have a few.
Yes, early with the dogs, Around 8 o'clock, I think. I cleaned it, like I always do. No,
The truth, sire.
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality conversation.
Did she talk to you much during her last stay?
No, she was mostly silent this time. She tried not to let it show, but I could tell she hadn't come to fish. Usually she likes to cast a few lines. How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent. She doesn't go around.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Aye, do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But she isn't what you'd call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried to leave quietly, but the hinges on that door screech like a cat in heat.
It's a peninsula. She might be trapped.
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You only just arrived.
I wouldn't worry about that, ma'am. We are persistent.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get a nice cozy fire going in the heater?
The failed electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again.
One thing, officer. If you do find her, please go easy on her. She's a good girl. Whatever she's gotten herself mixed up in.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
This one doesn't say anything, kicking
Lily's our mum.
the stone kicker laughs suddenly. His head, the other one laughs as well. Wow, so intellectually stimulating.
What bad people?
I don't think questioning 4-year-olds without their parents present is going to crack the case.
A pane of Eternite has been planted into the snow, barely holding it up. It could fall over any minute. A stronger gust of wind, the pane falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
We should ask that girl on the ice what's going on here.
A shaggy-looking girl in her late teens or early 20s kneels on the ice.
Oh. Hello.
Everyone knows drugs make you invulnerable to cold. You bet this one likes to party.
I'm listening. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night.
Teenagers skulking around. Gang members looking for a hole in the Union's defenses. Maybe Ruby too.
A cell.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing. There's a coarseness to her features, some masculinity below.
Why? Okay, it's Burger.
A very common name.
This is a portable recording device. It's for field recording. Local, actually just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire leads to a contact mic. A contact mic records sounds from inside things, like this.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike. No idea.
Yeah, I record stuff with it. Sure. The mic? I don't exactly know. Somehow it doesn't pick up vibrations from the air. The book said it only picks up... Same place I got the recorder from. The Elysium. Oh man. You haven't been to the Elysium? It's the coolest place in this whole... It's a music club and a synthesizer workshop on Boogie Street in Jamrock. Musicians live there, like real musicians. I once saw Arno... Oh yeah. Guess you wouldn't know Van Eyck. Or really be a Elysium going kind of...
Hey, didn't Piss and Fuck the World mention Van Eyck too?
A skull thing? Man, you sound like 100 years...
No, you don't. She's mistaken you for an old person. Say you're cool.
Yes? Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the ice, but there's no way to tell. Not without headphones. I think I just recorded your footsteps too. Not sure how that... My boyfriend sold them. I don't know, man. Things. Just stuff you need for...
A lie. They were probably pawned off for something suspicious.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. They looped the stuff, cutting the tapes together. They make music out of cracks in the ice and key. Anyway, I thought I'd make some too. It's supposed to be like I don't really know what I'm doing. They use synthesizers too. I don't have a
The sharp drop in endorphins is almost visible, like a warm blanket has fallen off her shoulder.
Take this, your call.
No man, fuck that, I'm cool. I'm sorry I said that. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Thanks. That? The boys think it could be a place, like the Elysium or something. Stupid. It's really...
And who are these boys?
Yeah. Andre and the guys, they're inside.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff crammed in there. No music stuff mostly. Like this tape recorder, but bigger. Yep, they were pretty. I'm sorry we sold those. That stuff is more expensive than I am. More expensive than any of us, really. Go ahead. It's supposed to become like a club for anodic dance music, like that new... Except that, yeah. You know, anodic, cathodic, music that's made with electronic synthesizers and tape consoles, microcomputers too. Anything that you...
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashes of light. Light cutting through a smoke-filled darkness. This is an evolutionary step up from amplified instruments, which in turn are a step up from acoustic instruments.
I know. It's not my idea. Andre and the boys found the place. It was supposed to be deserted, but now they can't even take it. Hey, don't get me wrong, but you're cops, right? Okay, well, maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys, because there are some strange things going on in that church. If you're police, you should look into it, right? They're inside that thing there. Would be cool if you did. Was there something else? No. Not really, no.
She's trying to get out of a direct lie with semantic tricks. She personally didn't put the padlock.
Yeah, you know, that's what I meant. Noid did. Noid put the padlock on the door. Yeah, I guess you could say that. To keep more weirdos from getting in. Fucking Martinez. I'm sorry. It's got the worst weirdos. If you get around to it, ask Andre about them, he'll tell ya. Go ahead. Okay, bye.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of... The tent is just tarpaulin fabric covering a pile of stuff. The flap is open. Inside, 3 young men, all in forward-looking apparel.
Come on! Get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out. Sorry, we barely have room for one.
You go ahead. I'm too old for this.
I'm actually not, he thinks. I just dislike delinquents.
I'm sure you will feel right at home. I'll keep watch.